If there was ever a time that I was more excited, I don't think it would be than right now. What I mean to say is, it is time to unveil the SKS Plays 8-bit, 16-bit block party list and schedule. After going through a lot of hard tasks to bring all this together, you gamers have made one of the most complete, interesting live streams that I ever think will be put forth on this planet and on this nation. You've attacked them on the seas. You've attacked them on the shores. You've attacked them on the air. And now you're attacking them on the internet. I have nothing but undefying gratitude toward what has been accomplished in this short fundraiser that we've been doing for just a couple of weeks. When we go through the list, I think you're going to be impressed by what has been done. And what I've done is I broke this off into 3 days. Yes, not one, not two, but 3 live streams that will go back to back to back. And you thought the Yankees had a good run. The reason I've done this is to keep the pace so that I won't wear out, conk out, and become overall boring while I'm playing the games. And also to the fact that I think it will give other viewers across the globe a chance to watch, because I know some of you live in Australia and Europe and various other locations, even Japan. And if I just throw everything all together, you may still miss out. But if I spread it out in like 3 distinctive areas, there's a better chance for you to see. At least that's what my rationale is, and I hope that that's right. But as I stated, I am super excited to, give you all the access to what is on the schedule for Friday night, which is tomorrow, Saturday night, and Sunday afternoon. So, without further delay, let's get right to it. So, day one of the SKS block party, the retro block party, will take place Friday night. That is December 20th, I believe. Unless I'm being an idiot, and I don't know my dates, but I'm pretty sure that tomorrow is the 20th. Yes, and it will be taking place at 7 p.m. start time, or roughly close to that, and ending around between 6 or 7 or even later, because I have not put any break time or anything into the schedule, which we all know there's going to be bio breaks, and there's going to be times where we just have to take a break and stretch and, all the stuff that goes along with live streaming. Now, the most exciting thing about this is I took all of the games that were donated in the time, and I put them on pieces of paper, and I put them into a cup, and I did a bingo style drawing to see what order these would go into. So everything is nothing scripted. I didn't put it in any order that I would enjoy. I just drew randomly, and surprisingly, I've had super luck in the last couple of weeks drawing things out random, whether it's for my students or for this. If only that would have continued with the lottery, but, that doesn't always happen. So, let's get to the list. Starting on Friday, the first game that was drawn out of the lottery is the Game Gear Classic Jurassic Park. Hold your applause. I hear this is a terrible game, which is going to frustrate me to no avail. We have a 30-minute slot for that, so Jurassic Park will kick off our evening. Second game on the list, we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on the Nintendo. I know that this was donated just to see me go through the dam scene. To jump off into the water and pretty much be crucified by electric things. I know that's why that was put forth. So from 8 o'clock to 9:30, we will be playing Jurassic Park and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Continuing on with the list, at 9:30, roughly around, we'll be starting Transformers on the Famicom. Now, technically, this is not on the list that I put, but I think I'm going to let it slide as, the emulator that I could use will work for that. So we'll go ahead and allow it. And, if something happens and that one does not work, which I've tested most of these, and I've got Transformers to work most of the time. And I say that with hesitation, as most of the time is not all the time, which you all know what live stream luck is. So Moving on, 10 o'clock sharply, we will be going to WWF Royal Rumble on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. So pretty much it's going to be me putting the difficulty all the way up and kicking ass for an hour. Because there's no other alternative to that. I'm going to win. Continuing on the way, 11 o'clock. For 2 hours, we will be playing Sonic 3 on the Sega Genesis. Sonic has a pretty good showing in this live stream. I was surprised at the donations. I have never played Sonic 3. Of all the games on the list so far, I have never played Sonic 3 or Transformers. I watched my cousin play Jurassic Park a long time ago, but as for myself, no. So, I've only played 2 out of the first 5 games on the list, which is a good thing for you all because it's going to be entertainment, but a bad thing for me is I'm going to look like shit doing it. Moving on, at 1 a.m. in the morning, fucking Ghostbusters. An hour worth of this at 1 o'clock where I'm going to be tired. I'll probably reach my rage threshold during this. Nothing good will come from this at 1 in the morning. So hopefully there's hope coming up on the horizon. Well, there is. At 2 a.m., we will be kicking off with some Mega Man 2 action. I love me some Mega Man 2. I could play Mega Man 2 blindfolded, which I'm not going to do. I know that some people play video games blindfolded, you know, with like Mike Tyson's Punch-Out and stuff. I'm not doing that. But I do like Mega Man 2. I think in an hour, we could almost clear all the bosses, perhaps. I don't know. Just depends. I'll probably be a little rusty. At 3 o'clock, we will be playing Master of Monsters on the Sega. I've ran this game a little bit and tried to get involved. It's a difficult game. It's got a large learning curve, so this is going to be mostly me stumbling, and I know that the donator wanted me to practice, which I have been trying. I think it's going to take a long time to really get decent at the game. All right, continuing through the late hours, we will have at 4 a.m. The Legend of Zelda on the original Nintendo. Another good draw, I believe. I think that, playing that game late and Mega Man 2 late will give me some hope of carrying on into the morning hours. And those are games that I think you can go on little sleep with and be successful. Like I said, if you look at this list right now, there's some kick-ass games on here. Loads of entertainment. I am super excited, but here's the best part. We're not even done yet. 5 o'clock, the last game of the night is Ninja Gaiden 2 on a Nintendo. This is one of those Grimmeth promises that has been included, and yeah, will give me super frustration as I will be at my most tired state and trying to play a very hard Nintendo game. I will probably be cursing myself until I go jump in the bedroom and go to bed. So as you can see, that roughly takes us from, the 8 o'clock time. Now up there at the top it has 7. That's when I'm going to try to show up and make sure that everything's working stable, start the chat. I want to test some things because there's a Twitch update that went into effect, and I guess this is a good time as now to cover it, where the delays can be up to 60 seconds by what I say on my end and what you all receive on yours. So that hour there is, let's get everything hooked up and make sure it's working. I mean, obviously I'm going to have everything tested, earlier in the day, but I won't be able to do a live test. So between 7 and 8's when that will happen. So if you cannot make it to the stream until 8 o'clock when the first game pops up, don't freak out. You don't have to be right there at 7. That's the bullshit time beforehand. So this is the first night of the SKS Plays Retro December Block Party, or December Retro Block Party, however you want to call it. I'm super excited for this. I'm looking forward to playing, games that terrify me. The first 2, Jurassic Park and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, terrify me. Transformers, another game which probably will make me want to poke my eyeballs out. But after that, I'm really excited. With the Royal Rumble, I think that'll put me in a good mood. We got Sonic 3. You can't go wrong with the old school Sonics. Ghostbusters, a little but Mega Man 2, Legend of Zelda, Ninja Gaiden. I'm excited for those. Master of Monsters, that's something new I've not played, so I think that's looking really well. So Again, up there at the top, I'm going to try to be on at 7 or between 7 and 8. The first game will go live at 8 o'clock. So again, don't freak out. I know if you're watching this video, you're obviously interested. So don't freak out if you cannot make it till 8 o'clock and you see that 7 up there. But, like I said, there's going to be break time in this, between certain games and running to get bottles of water. And I'm going to go alcohol free to keep the quality up. So I think it will be an interesting first night to see how I am, because this will be my first day off for my Christmas break from work. So it should be super entertaining to see how I am toward those latter games. All right. With that being said, we can move on to Saturday afternoon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end up that morning. I'm going to go sleep for a couple hours, give everybody a break. Myself, I'll probably sleep until, noon, 1 o'clock. Because we could finish anywhere from 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. After a short nap and a quick pick-me-up, we're going to go back at it at 2 p.m. And I'm going to try to go almost 12 hours again, which I think it will be another 12 hours or so. I'm really thinking the first 2 nights are going to be 12 hours each. So starting Saturday afternoon, I think we'll give, a break and some other viewers a different time to check out what's going on. So let's take a look at the Saturday schedule starting at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which, the East Coast time zone here in America. 2 o'clock, Contra on the SNES. 1.5 hours of that. That is kind of that was a blind draw. When I drew that one out, I was like, shit. Then I was like, it could be worse. That's kind of a good kickoff game for Saturday. I don't think anybody's going to argue or cry home to mom about Contra being the first game on the Saturday, day 2, block party. Next game at 3:30, we were playing a half hour of Mega Man 1. This was a game I really wish would have gotten more time. I actually owned this game when I was a little kid. Pretty good at some of the stuff on it. I'm not going to lie. I beat it when I was a little kid. I don't know if I can go back and beat it now, but it will be interesting to see. But that 30-minute slot, we might be able to get through a couple of levels, and maybe I'll do something to open up the floor for during game donations where people can send money to add more time to it or something like that. Somebody has suggested that, but we could always knock these games up from 2 hours to, from 1 hour to 2 hours, from 30 minutes to, 2 hours. Still staying with the 2-hour limit. But that might be something to put up, on the Twitch window just in case. All right, moving on. At 4 o'clock, we're going to be playing Jeopardy, the Deluxe Edition, on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. So that will run from 4 to 5. You all can see my amazing historical ability and knowledge. It's probably going to be a bunch of questions I am not going to know the answer about, and the computer is going to rate me. 5 o'clock. Another Mega Man game hits the list at Mega Man X on the Super Nintendo. We'll have an hour of this. I did own this game growing up as well. Beat it multiple times. The final boss is a bitch. I don't think I'll be able to get to him in an hour, but we'll just have to see. I'm going to try to not use save states as we play, but I will save state, like I said, at the end of where I get, in case later on we want to pick up where we already stopped. All right, moving on to the 6 o'clock, we play Cobra Triangle for the NES. Strange game that made the donation. I have never played this. Every game that's on this day up to this point I have played, but Cobra Triangle, never played it. So it should be interesting. It hits the 6 o'clock slot. 7 o'clock we play another game which I have never played any version of, is Road Rash 2 for the Sega Genesis. This game, the 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock hour is going to be games that I've never played before. So it should be intriguing to see how I deal with the pressure of not knowing what I'm doing and trying not to look like an idiot for you all. We'll just have to see how that goes. Moving on, 8 o'clock. Super Punch Out on the Nintendo, not the Nintendo, the Super Nintendo, the SNES. I own this game. I'm super excited about playing it. I've only beat this game, and this is going to be embarrassing, once. And it was really lucky. I think I sat there and played it for like a solid week to, I forgot which Bruiser brother was last. I just remember the game always had a thing that made you think that they were the same person, but how could he beat himself unless he was masturbating in the ring or something? But who knows? Yeah, that will be 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock. I think I can get fairly far in this game in an hour. We'll just have to see. Moving on, 9 o'clock, we will bring in Pokemon Red. The story behind Pokemon is that was one of the first games donated. 2 hours of Pokemon Red. I remember when I bought a Game Boy Color, my dad bought me Pokemon Blue because it was the next big thing, I guess, at the time. I played it for about 10 minutes and set it down. And I don't think that I played it ever again. So I really missed the entire Pokemon scene that hit America, which I guess is a good thing because it saved me a lot of money. So playing Pokemon Red is going to be something totally new to me. A lot of chat interaction in that one, as I will have no clue what I'm doing. I know you go around and it's kind of like an RPG, but I wouldn't know the best way to do anything on there. So I will be depending on the viewers in the chat to help me with that. So that will take us up to about 11. And then we're going to play an hour of Sonic 2. So bringing in another Sonic game. I own Sonic 2. I can remember getting it for Christmas one year. And I really miss my childhood Christmases. And this is going to sound sappy, but it was like, when I think of Sonic 2, it's one of the few games where I remember when my parents were still together. And they bought it for me. And I remember opening the case. I can even remember, for some dumb reason, opening the game and smelling it. I still remember that plastic smell, and I remember going in my room and putting it in, and my little cousin was sitting there with me, and we played Sonic 2 for like hours, and even like both of my parents come in there and watched me play that game, and that was something they'd never done before, so it was really neat, to have that memory with that. And so, getting back to the point here, I think that day 2 is yet another great scheduled day and again, this was all total random blind draw, lottery style. I even did it festively. I took a big plastic cup and I put all the pieces of paper in there, folded up, and I cupped my hand over it and I blew down into it so it like rotated everything around, and then whichever one shot out in the air, I grabbed that one, and that was the next one on the list. All right, now when we come to 1 a.m., there's going to be a decision to be made, or somewhere a little after that. If I'm super tired, I'll call it there. If I feel like I'm raring to go, I may go back and add more time to some other games that come from this day or day 1. Or I may jump to the day 3 schedule and start playing. But I think that for right now, we could always go back and play Mega Man 1 or something like that. I'll leave that up to the chat. I know some of you are already going to be like, well, I want you to do this. Well, be prepared to argue your point. Because without that being said, we'll go to Sunday. Oh, no, shit. My bad. I don't know how to add. Obviously, there's one more game. Maybe I didn't want you all to see this game. We end actually Saturday. Obviously, 11 p.m. plus 1 hour just takes us to midnight. The midnight game on Saturday, which will be the first of Sunday, and I'm going to need church after this game, is Battletoads and Double Dragon on the Super Nintendo. Obviously, with me missing that game on the list and trying to go past it, that up to now I was excited, and now that that's on there, I'm just like, shit. But yes, Battletoads and Double Dragon is on that list, so yeah, that I may still the offer stands. Once we get to 1 a.m. or a little after, when we finish Battletoads, I'll make sure that we all just decide what to do and what's best. God, I dread that. All right, moving on to Sunday, which again we'll do the roughly 2 o'clock start time. So that'll give me a little bit more sleep. I won't start before Sunday at 2 because, again, I want to make sure that I put it in a time slot where everybody can kind of watch. 2 p.m. is good for West Coast in America, and it seems like it's functional for the rest of the world because most people will be on Christmas break and stuff, and they won't be going to school, so staying up late Sunday night won't be a big deal. But let's check out the Sunday. So if you've not seen a game you donated, obviously it's probably on Sunday. So let's take a look at that list. At 2 o'clock, we're going to start off the day with Skate or Die 2. That is on the Nintendo. I have been trying to practice on this game, and it's not really helping me out any. I'm trying to get good and to level up, but I really don't think I'm going to win the side bet that somebody had. They wanted me to get to a certain level in an hour. And I probably could get to that level, but I don't think I could get past it. So that would kind of defeat myself. So yeah, we'll have an hour of Skate or Die 2. I played Skate or Die 1 when I was a little kid. Didn't really have a clue what I was doing. I'm probably going to look the same playing Skate or Die 2. Moving on to 3 o'clock, we're going to play some Castlevania III on the Nintendo. An hour of that. I will probably be screaming and throwing stuff by this time. I mean, there's really nothing else to say about Castlevania. Probably going to see a lot of death. Just throwing that out there. But in better news, it could have been Castlevania 2, so I'll be okay with that. Moving on to 4 o'clock, we're going to play some Mike Tyson's Punch-Out on the Nintendo. Again, excited about that. I'm really happy about the first 2 picks. And with Mike Tyson, that's a good game. I really enjoyed playing that when I was a little kid. I rented the shit out of it. We had a rental store, and it was like 49 cents a day. I was all over that. Now, how far I'll get in an hour, that just depends on how well I do, on those early bosses. But we'll have to see. Moving 5 o'clock, we have 2 hours of Super Mario Bros. 3. I'm debating if I take certain warp zones and stuff, I could actually maybe beat Super Mario Bros. 3. That might be the goal. I don't think you all want me to do every single level, but we'll just have to see because you all like to torture me. So you might be like, oh, no warps. F you. Beat everything like you're supposed to. And then, the stupid battleships with the Koopa kids will drive me crazy. All right, so Super Mario Bros. 3 will take us to 7 o'clock. And that's when we're going to play SimCity 2000, where I'll probably construct, Pussy Creek, Ohio, or something like that. Who knows? But that'd be a nice, peaceful 2 hours of playing SimCity 2000, which, amazingly, was the first computer game I ever bought myself way back when SimCity 2000 come out, which was obviously before 2000. Because I was already building computers before then. But, yeah, I remember going to the store and seeing that box, and I was like, I must have that game because I played SimCity so much on the Super Nintendo. So that will take us to 9 o'clock, and then we end the day, I believe, with Star Fox on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. So Star Fox gets the lucky bid to end the day, and that will take us to around 11 p.m., which, for people in America, that's not a bad time to stop the live stream. Obviously, if tradition holds and, certain people show up in chat, we'll have some good bullshit time, for a couple hours. And we can go back and just talk about how the live stream went and everything on that nature. So, yeah, honestly, I'm super pumped at the way everything showed up. Reviewing day 3 here, Skate or Die, Castlevania to start today, and then we hit 4 awesome games. I don't think that you could end a live stream better than that. So, that's why I just have 2 p.m. to finish, because with some delays, we can relax a little bit on Sunday and really have some fun. I'm super excited about this. Now, people have been asking for contact information and, how can they contact, because, since the Google Plus shit. So I added a slide on here. So if you want to go talk on the forums, that's yourbadadvice.com. You could show up there and on, I forgot which forum, but it has something for the block party. You can watch this live stream at twitch.tv/SKS Plays. And if you want to chat, there is a short link there that you can, and I'll put it down there in the description below as well. Or you can go to a Reddit page, which I have set up now for myself. Or you can email me. I know some people are probably going to email me like, oh, can I add time to this and add time to that? If you would like to, email me. We'll talk about it, and we'll go from there. So, I hope you all are excited about this, because I am excited about this. I am really looking forward to school being over tomorrow, ordering a couple of pizzas so that I can eat on them for the next couple of days, and then coming home, taking the quickest nap in the world, and then getting ready to entertain. You all deserve it. You all have truly kicked ass, answering the call to my desperate plea of building a new computer for the channel. And I'm ever so grateful, and I just hope that I can pay you all back with quality entertainment over the next couple of days. I'm truly indebted to you all, and this is why I truly love every gamer that I have. And I keep saying but I just really don't know how to convey how grateful I am for all of you. For people who donate games, for people who show up and just chat, people who make jokes, people who listen to my right-wing comments and take it in stride and just take my shit and throw it right back in my face. I truly appreciate every bit of that. And I do hope that you show up and watch me Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night on the Retro Block Party. Because I wouldn't want to do this if you weren't watching. You all are what motivates me, and I truly want to Let's Play for a long time because it brings gratitude. I don't even know what the word to use is. But again, get a hold of me. Let me know anything. Comments below. Comments on Reddit. Email me. Just let me know. I hope you like the list. I hope that you're excited about the list, and I really hope this video gets uploaded in time so you can see the list. Until then, gamers, I'm going to get some rest, and I will see you when the live stream starts. Good night.